E-notes over the years have taken the limelight away from e-readers themselves, as they do more than a typical ebook reader does with the addition of note-taking. So today we're looking at the top 5 e-notes of fall 2024. To start things off, this is in no particular order, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different in that we'll give a few quick notes when it comes to the pros and cons. The remarkable Paper Pro. This unit just came out, and it packs a punch. It features a Gallery 3 screen never before seen to this degree. It's a happy medium between a 10.3 and a 13.3 at 11.8 inches, and finally has a glow light. They are using Wacom, but not a Wacom anyone else can use. Their pen is proprietary and can't be used on anything else, nor can any pens be used on this. However, the unit itself is built well, functions as advertised, and is promoted to the moon and back with Remarkable's crack team of advertisers, and their media presentation is on point. The device is a little bit of a one-trick pony, as it can't really do much outside of taking notes in ebooks, but you do have to give it to them that they are the only company to truly harness the potential of Gallery 3. It's made with nice materials, the pen is very good, however it suffers heavily from refresh and can cost upwards of $1,100 USD depending on purchase package and where you get it from, so it's no easy feat to obtain this unit. Onyx Books Go 10.3. Onyx's new Go line of devices features no consistency or even a clear definition of what Go means. The Go 10.3 is a little bit of an anomaly and very uncharacteristic of Onyx. The unit has no glow light, no SD card, and the pen is rehashed from previous iterations. It's quite thin, however, and offers some nice speed modes. There's Google Play on board as well, and everything you would expect out of an Onyx device on the inside, just maybe not on the outside. The software is familiar, so the transition from previous devices, or a parallel move, is seamless. It's very thin and looks good with its color scheme, but is very uncharacteristic of the brand and devoid of many features that makes Onyx an Onyx. VWoods AI Note. The VWoods is a device that came out of nowhere. This unit is something we didn't think we really needed, but we're kinda glad it's here. It's definitely going to shake up the industry a little bit. Essentially a Remarkable 2 clone by the guys that built all those crowdfunding campaigns over the years, VWood, comes an e-note with a pen and a very nice case. This is the world's thinnest e-note, beating out that of Fujitsu, Hanvon, and Onyx, as well as Remarkable. They've also made a mini version that we won't put on this list because it's the same thing, just smaller. This has some pretty strong specs behind it, and you can sideload apps. It features and promotes AI above nearly everything else, which doesn't really appeal to the North American crowd, but that's what they're going with. It's built out of crazy nice materials and is priced modestly, however it comes from a fairly shady brand of all things considered and is a carbon copy of so many devices that have been made in the past. MeBook. The MeBook 103 is the best device the company has ever made, which is and isn't saying much. Now, we don't want to be overtly negative, but MeBook back in 2020 during the fall of Boyu seemed to have forever lost the market share they once had, so we have to just take this at face value. It's a pretty good unit. It looks great, performs well, has speed modes and Google Play. It also has a very nice build quality and a good color scheme. All seems fairly well with the MeBook. It's priced well, has a jack-of-all-trades personality, however gets lost in the shuffle amongst its competitors and doesn't do anything particularly new that brings anything to the table. An honorable mention before we get into our number 1 spot comes the Moo Ink Pro 2C by Readmoo. Now this is what we were talking about. This is the unicorn tablet. This is the holy grail. 13-inch Kaleido Color e-note taking with Wacom pen. This was it. This was the device that we reviewed back in February of 2021 that got almost 500,000 views. This was the end game. Linfini Shell, Sony Semiconductors Japan, Kaleido release. And it was the biggest letdown of the year. This device didn't work. It was in 100% Chinese. You have to sign into nearly anything you touched. It was devoid of features, expensive as all heck, and was basically just an unusable slab with no functionality. It was incredibly disheartening to have waited so many years to see, but the wrong brand pick up the Linfini shell, as Fujitsu just seemed to have been dragging their feet. Bigme Inknote X Color, an absolute juggernaut of an e-note, and not surprisingly, released by one of the two companies with the most turnover of any brand, Bigme. These guys released probably the most capable and quickest refreshing device of the entire year. It has everything. It has a laser pointer on the pen, 4 microphones, fingerprint unlock, cameras, Kaleido 3, Google Play. There's nothing it really can't do, and it can do everything. And honestly, all things considered, it's only $7.99, which isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. Fully loaded and priced well, not doing anything particularly amazing outside of a fully loaded roster of specs, and they did carry over the same shell that has been done to death for nearly half a decade. These are the top 5 e-notes of 2024, and as the trend continues, it'll probably act as the best e-notes of 2024 in general as the grand collective, but we'll see if anything else comes out in the next 2 months.